Our Rimworld way of life, isn't it grand? Thanks to the Necrosoft Corporation, you can enjoy the limitless pleasures in your day-to-day life, such as copious amounts of space drugs, beautiful overflowing oil fields, raw sewage, and of course, endless paperwork. What's better yet is now you can become gainfully employed by Necrosoft. That's right, Jim. Act now and you too could be employed by the leader in corporate hellhole establishment. Here at Necrosoft, you'll be entitled to 24-hour work schedules 7 days a week, Canadian levels of healthcare, mandatory corporate fun time, and of course, copious amounts of space drugs. Isn't that just swell? You sure don't want to miss this golden opportunity, and you sure don't want to miss our casual Fridays. The Necrosoft Corporation, where your life ends, our profits begin.
Welcome to my corporate dystopia. I want you to sit down, kick your shoes off, put those feet up and let your papa rim you. Wait, no. This is Nikki Romancer. Her friends call her Nick. She's here with a handy little book and 3 boxes containing the bodies of her former coworkers. I like to imagine that she was part of the Empire's R&D department, tasked with creating the perfect employee. The Empire, being pussies, didn't like her methods and booted her. So here she is now, exiled, pissed, and ready to profit. Oh, the book. Well, it allows her to raise the dead to become her mindless, unfeeling servants. So 1, 2, and 3.
Finally awake.
Ah, the perfect employees. No pay, no sick days, no reports to HR, just non-stop work progression. Beautiful. Like any business, location is key. We've got a beautiful map ready for exploitation. We begin by heavily deforesting the future site of our company's HQ. And of course, Nick here, being our CEO, that's Corp's Erection Officer, by the way, well, she needs comfort and lavishment. So we'll set her up with what accommodations we can. It's not much now, but don't worry. She'll be lounging in human leather royal armchairs in no time. But this should keep her happy for now, so long as we get enough human flesh to quench her insatiable Epstein levels of hunger. Now, a good CEO busts their ass alongside their employees through sweat and blood and tears, and through Nick's leadership we've created our first innovation, a thing to propel us like a rocket to the top of the Fortune 420 list. A latrine. It's for poops. In this dangerous world full of otters eating the heads of hedgehogs, fledgling corporations need to protect themselves. And what better way to protect one's interests than with knowledge, research? As Nick blasts away on innovative technologies, her employees prepare the land for future infrastructure. They don't mind. Hell, they don't even have a mind anymore. Before we get too far along, let's go over our ideology and xenotype. We worship Ghoul. Nice, right? That's a good pun. A group of single-minded, money-hungry cannibals who worship their god emperor and CEO. Oh, and we dress very snazzily. It's a word, don't look it up. For Nick's xenotype, I want you to imagine an ugly corporate undead nerd. Weak body with frail hands from lack of physical activity. Great at shooting from all those FPS games. They're smart from knowing JSON, and great at social from all the time spent on Discord and in Call of Duty lobbies. They have pale skin from lack of UV light exposure. Extremely filthy, cause duh. They have weak tummies brought on from a lifetime of living off Mountain Dew and pizza rolls, which cause them to vomit bile. A typical gamer. Staying indoors, never touching grass. She is physically inferior to her male counterparts, but insists on competing against them in necromancer sports. She's coming last every time, but god damn it, she keeps trying. Inspirational. She does, however, make up for that with increased cunning and virility. Typical woman. My wife's gonna hit me for that joke. Was it worth it? You're goddamn right it was. Oh, and they're all bisexual females, cause self-investigation is the only way these nerds will ever get any pussy. TLDR? She's a cannibal lesbian who eats immense amounts of ass. I don't know why I make all my Rimworld colonists gay. Maybe it's because I'm a secret closet case. Little gay papa. Heard it here first, folks. Papa Cheddar is a lesbian. That's right, I admit it. I love pussy and tits and butthole, and I'm not sorry. I don't care who knows it. Oh god, wait, don't tell my wife. She still thinks I love her massive dick. Our first electricity is produced. Unfortunately, through green energy. Don't worry, friends, we'll scar the earth before too long, but at least we make up for it slightly with our continued deforestation efforts. But before we can continue that, we need to make Nick's role official, a ceremony to dub her the CEO, or Corp's Erection Officer. God, that's just so good. We also have the roles of Inhumane Resource Specialist and Beheader of Sales. You know, I think I may be too good at this. I'm also very humble and handsome, but it's quickly back to work. These profits won't make themselves. Ah, see that? Our employees love their work. Ooh, Bubba. She may be an ugly undead corpse-ridden monster, but I'd slide into that necromussy. Hell, just look at how her employees simp for her. Homeboys loving unclogging that doo-doo pipe. Tastier than e-girl bathwater. Even with our humble beginnings, we need a name for ourselves. An identity. I was going to name the faction Black Corpse as a pun for Black Rock. You know, one of the few mom and pop shops who run the world from the shadows, pitting us all against each other. Yeah, the small indie company, right? But then I realized the potential racial undertones and decided against it. So now we'll be Necrosoft, and our colony name is Bone HQ. That's business operations and necrophile everything. No, wait, necromance everything. Sorry, got a little Freudian there. And we may as well dole out our other company positions. It's good for morale. Not that these brain-dead valuable employees need it. Okay, our thralls basically have Down syndrome. They love everything. What do you want from me? So anyway, our initial constructions are mapped out just as a horde of fearsome Welsh Terriers attacks. Who'd have thought that tiny rat dogs would be no match for a zombie in power armor with a charged sniper rifle? Oh, and check this out. Fucking dope, right? I actually forgot all about this right after using it. Unfortunately, the grappling hook was never heard from again. His family still holds out hope that he will return home safely to them someday. But while they wait, we'll continue our work and mine into the local mountain. And with some encouraging words from our CEO, we can lay the footprints for our first real industry. We'll be shooting into the pharmaceuticals industry. We're about to make Pfizer look like that small-timer Pablo Escobar. Even as necromancer cannibals, we're still not as evil though. Even I won't stoop as low as Pfizer. And yes, I know everyone does this, but don't worry, we're going to strike other business deals. Cocaine and cocaine accessories is just a quick and easy way to get our feet off the ground, and our head in the clouds for that matter, and maybe our nose in the snow. But for that, we'll of course need a little more research. Drug production. The storyteller, who is Randy Random by the way, tries to slam the brakes on our profits with a psychic drone. But to you I say, good luck with that. We'll get a quest from Communism. Oh, right, I renamed a bunch of factions, and the Empire is now known as Communism. So anyway, we accept a quest from Communism, but being a red-blooded American man, I have no intention of entering into any sort of dealings with their kind. If only this commie prick knew what he was getting into. If only he knew. So we pit him up against the tiny aggressive hounds that were hot on his tail, and like any communist, he fell to his opponent. Communism is now hostile, and I wouldn't have it any other way. He also claims to be unwaveringly loyal. But my dear boy, once the Necrosoft Corporation has its undead claws in you, you can do nothing but serve. So Nick devours his brain for a laugh, temporarily boosting her own skills, and seeing as how this commie is shit at everything, we won't be turning him into a thrall. Oh no, we have other ways to make him productive. See, by sticking his mangled corpse into this here box, we can create another form of employee. A blue-collar employee, if you will. With only 1 day of training, you will be back and ready for gainful employment. And pow! Would you look at that? Where's your crown now, you commie bastard? Oh, there it is. Actually looks good on him. These skeletons do count as slaves, but again they have no needs, no desires, and are ready for 24/7 productivity. Unlike the thralls whose skills are frozen upon reincarnation, these skeletons can gain skill levels. It is supposed to be capped at 6 or 7, but for some reason there was no cap on their skills this time, and quite honestly I'm too retarded to figure out how to change it. This bad boy is going to actually get pretty damn good. But more on that later. For now, get to work, bitch. Yes, clean for me. We then had a hiring opportunity. The interview went well, and we were able to pick up 2 more valuable employees. This one's a psycaster, but I never actually used any of her shit. The other one will be skeletonized, or blue-collaredized. Oh, what these traders must think. Walking into our HQ and seeing skeletons and rotting corpses working. Well, typical day at YouTube, really. There were actually 2 traders at the same time, and we trade with them both for some initial seed money. Due to our idealization, we have to trade regularly or Nick will get the frowns. Trading is our new campaign, a campaign against poverty. And look at that poop. That's doo-doo, baby. And here comes the simp. Probably going to bathe in it. Must be a German corpse. So now we can begin our pharmaceutical production. Making these drugs will be the solution to our short-term income. You may even say it's our final solution. Ah, beautiful. Drugs. The infrastructure grows, like our psychoid, but sun lamps tax our power systems heavily, so we'll have to sort out the grid. I tried to use a bioreactor and run off moose power, but I honestly couldn't figure out how to get the damn moose in there. So the moose was fired due to not being a team player, and we had to get more wind turbines. But this won't be the last we see of the meese. And now may I present you cocaine. Or Flake and Yayo in this case. I did figure out that for some reason neither the thralls nor the skeletons can actually make drugs, so for now Nick here will have to get her hands dirty and make all of our products. It's a necessary evil. for now. But she will make the finest of drugs, chopping the finest of lines, just like the drugs made from our sponsor. It's G-Sups, but in this case, it's not Gamer Sups. Oh no, my dear boy, it's Gangsta Sups. Get the drive you need to slap a hoe and keep that bitch in line. With Gangsta Sups, even your Wonder Bread crack a honky ass can safely and comfortably say, "What's up, my nip?" Gangsta Sups. Fuel your pimp hand. What's that? Why not build your hydroponics in a circle building? Well, you sound like a goddamn communist. Here we use the smooth, straight lines of industry, the sharp, perfect 90s of accurate engineering, the sublime order of the corporate motif. It gets my cock stiffer than these animated corpses. My dear boy, circles are vile hippie shit. That's goddamn sacrilege. We were, however, met with a franchise opportunity with Prosperous Consulting Galactic. They're like the Empire, but cooler, and they're offering promotion credits to help out one of their managers. How could we resist? The furry known as Jorgen joins us. It just had to be a furry. The furries in my Discord are probably pre-coming from this. They're Jorgen themselves off. Well, whatever. He's being chased by some futuristic rejects armed with autonomous sex dolls. They have pretty good stats, so I smell potential new hires. Of course, the Raiders are no match for our corporate might and quickly decide that their lives would be improved by joining Nick and working for all eternity. So welcome aboard. With all these extra hands, our infrastructure will be set up in no time. And Nick is now considered a full-time employee. Not really befitting of her rank as CEO for Necrosoft, but you know, it's a franchise, so it's alright. We also get permits with this new title, but I didn't figure out that I need to click that little swap button until way later. So just forget about it for now. Hey, I never used this mod before, alright? Get off my back. Oh, also, 6 out of 9 thralls. Nice. The construction is moving along nicely. Our workforce was growing, and now we even have a quarry set up for our mindless drones to pluck away in during their downtime. Not that they, get any downtime, but you know what I mean. It was time to begin moving into our new base of operations and give Nick some more of the lavish life that any good CEO deserves. Mainly a facility for fecal acceptance in the form of a pure jade toilet. Wow, being CEO sure has its perks, but with completed plumbing comes, well, this sexy shot. Nice. But be careful, boys. Sometimes when you stare into the void stares back. Still less scary than staring into Whoopi Goldberg's pussy. Much less of a void too, I imagine. Oh, and we'll just dump all this doo-doo straight into the water system. Take that, nature, you goddamn hippie. The environment will be fine. A little toxification of habitats is well worth all this luxury, baby. Now, what's a good corporation without a boardroom? A meeting room. An idealization room. Where we can worship the great Google in the sky. God, I'm wasted here. Elon Musk would be proud of me. It's just so good. Along with that, we shall build a defensive wall to keep all the hobos and hippies away from our intellectual property. I know I said everything smooth and straight, and you may say, why circle walls? 'Cause it's for violence, goddammit. And violence is the language of the circular-loving hippie commies with their jagged, unsmooth edges. Damn violent hippies. We then had a child join. You may look at her and see a vampire, but I look at her and see the child of destiny. Or maybe she's a runaway from her abusive divorced parents. Daddy got a little slappy when mommy left with the milkman. It's okay, child. You're safe here amongst the rotting animated sex corpses. Only I can hurt you now. I mean, we're going to hurt you. Wait, no. Damn it, Freud! The raid that came after her was set upon by rabid foxes. Even with our destruction of it, nature protects us. Wow, really makes you think. Just as we were mopping up the remnants, we were hit with another raid. Man, I tell you, getting new employees is easy. Getting good new employees isn't as easy. Not like I can go on corpsesmeat.com and find hot single corpses in my area. Last guy who tried that got swatted on stream. But we got some human meat and even took one alive for an upcoming interview. Truth be told, I considered killing the child. I'm glad I didn't, but I was real close. Oh, hang on a minute. It's 2023. I forgot all about my body, my choice. Oh God, what have I done? I should have killed the child. Great. Now I'm gonna get canceled. Well, it's been nice knowing. But anyway, I took a quest to house this guy for a while. He's terrible, so pay him no mind. He gets a slab and nothing more. We placed down a high-tech research bench to really dive into the corporate R&D. The child put on a tricone cap and looks fetch as fuck. That fetchitude was short-lived when we got a raid of pigmen. We lost one of our blue-collar skeletons, but the pigs had decent skills, so it's not so bad of a trade. And then, a notable opportunity presented itself. The location of a Psilink neuroformer. Along with this information came a person. He's pretty good, so I'll be trying to entice him to stay here after the fight. One of the benefits being we're a pants-optional workplace. Though we're not a life-optional workplace. You have to give it to the company. But hey, at least you don't need to wear those pesky pants. Let that dangle wangle. Set your winky free. And even more pawns good at combat showed up. It's like motherfucking Christmas. But while the raiders prepare, we get our first psychoid crop and our prisoner is no longer incapable of walking. Sucks for you, my friend. The fight went well, but we lost another skelly bro. They are kinda weak as fuck, honestly. But we got the intel that will lead us to the location of the Psylink, so it's a trade I'm willing to make. Goodbye, little buddy. You are, after all, very expendable. Oh, and our new employee? Well, he's almost dead. I mean, complete with his training. Ah, there we go. We had to fire an employee for this new hire. Our manning plan just doesn't support this many thralls on staff. But welcome to the team, little buddy. You're just in time to enjoy the office party bowl. Oh, I should have named it the punch bowl. Damn it, that would have been good. But before an office shindig, we'll send out a team to nab those neuroformers. It's for progress. We're not all bad. We do have schools. And drugs. See, we're not an evil corporation. Not with proper little guys like this running around. But our caravan arrived, so it's time to murder people and steal their property. Nick didn't join them. A good CEO fosters their employees' own intent to achieve mission success of their own merits and ideas. A good CEO is here to oversight and coach. We even let one of them leave. Definitely, did not try and stop them and steal their lifeless body. So anyway, we got the goods and rifled through the corpses for potential new hires. And the child practices future company ad campaigns. Can you say digital design? We'll make a CEO out of you yet, kid. Just watch out for that poop. And here you go, boys. I know this is what you're here for. Aw, what are you sad about? Oh, cold water. Probably nipping like a motherfucker. Cut glass with them nips. Well, we can fix that. We can also fix our kid's dependency on blood by letting her feed on the prisoner. And yes, I tried to have her feed on the corpses, but it wouldn't let me. It would, however, let me sell our first pharmaceuticals. The first of many. Addicting the world one snort at a time. Nice. Child labor. Those little hands haul poop better than any other, I swear. We're also due for an execution. Our company mandates them. But let's use those Psylinks first, shall we? Then some rabid bunnies killed yet another skeleton. I'm telling you, bro, these guys are weak. Thank God they're easy to hire. It's like picking up illegal immigrants or something. But then they came for the child, who was running around the wilderness unsupervised. And they aren't as easy to hire, so we had to intervene. But let's not focus on the grim and gruesome. Instead, let's focus on this beautiful execution. Wow, team building. And our boardroom is coming along nicely. Building it took so fucking long. I mean, I did use only the finest of ingredients. But what's not the finest of ingredients are vampires. Especially when we lack hemogen. Our sweet, innocent little bloodthirsty vampire girl has the blaring issue that to live, she requires to regularly go full Hillary Clinton on warm, juicy bodies. She needs that scarlet ambrosia to sup upon. But look around. Our colony is nothing but dried up old pruny, rotting flesh buckets. We have no nuptuous nectar for her to slurp. It'd be like sucking down a straw full of dust. Sucking and sucking with not a single drop of homogen to drink. If we are to save her life, there can be but one option. We must implant our seed into the wait, no. Well, also yes, we're implanting our genes into the child. They are just so impressionable, so easy to brainwash, teach new ideas, like sponges able to soak up the program, life lessons. Just a short 2-day coma and the hemogen problem is solved. Now that's innovative. Innovative? Innovative. Yeah, you know what I mean. One big issue to note is that even the sweet release of the crypt will not let you escape crippling drug addictions. Granted, I did then rip them from that release to a frigid corporate hell, but you know what? It's fine. We just need to shoot our employees up with some homemade pharmaceuticals, and they'll survive. Can you say test subjects? Oh, how very corporate. And yes, he's doing drugs next to the child. But hey, we're making them a nice room, so shut up. Turns out some of our employees prefer Red Bull to cocaine, so we got some more R&D to do. In the meantime, let's look at Nick's Psycast. We chose only the most befitting Psy-Power tree that would befit a CEO such as her, Frost Shaper. Cause she's an ice cold bitch, Bubba. No, Archon. I made her an Archon. It's chock full of productivity and brainwashing. If that's not a CEO, then I don't know what is. Oh, and that one nerd we were housing finally left. It was not worth it, but I like to imagine that we scarred him mentally and emotionally during his stay here. So it's not all bad. At this point is when I actually realized that none of our employees could actually produce our pharmaceuticals. So like I said before, there's only one person who can synthesize our cocaine. And of course that person is Nick, the child. We'll have the child making our drugs. Perfect! Child labor strikes again. I also renamed everyone. This time, instead of naming everyone after my patrons and YouTube members and making them all gay and fuck each other, this time I didn't do that. Though I wanted to. It's how I get off. But no, I used the ever-expanding name suggestions from my Discord. Go join it, won't you? We have gay furries who fill up the channel with pictures of lactating ladyboy rats. I'm not even joking. That's the sad part. But hey, they're fun. The child is now Hannibal Lictia. What did she lick, you ask? Well, if you have to ask, you're not ready to find out. And Bob, here's Jessica. Just for you, Bubba. But your dear sweet Jessica is very bad and very slow at research. But that's why we have Nick, who has a 25% work speed bonus from being an Archon. That's pretty dope, but it'll get better yet. So boys, I think it's time for a progress review. Our team sure needs it. So they gather around the party bowl and team bond, I guess? It's human flesh. They're eating human flesh. They just can't wait to get a knob. Yeah, bring that Hugh Janus down here, boy. Put some man meat in your mouth. And it was such a fun progress review that a wanderer decided to join. But before we worry about another cold body, it's time for a Casual Friday, baby. What's a Casual Friday? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's an orgy fueled by religious zealot like corporate extremism. That's why it's extra slippery. Well, that and the blood on the floor left over from the cannibal feast. Do you think Nick is just like pushing the mung out of him? If you don't know what it is, don't look it up. Or do. Hey, live a little. Maybe they use it as lube. Or fill a kiddie pool with it and instead of jello wrestle, they mung wrestle. Oh, I should have stopped with this joke. Well before I ever began. Okay, enough nonsense. Let's get serious. Oh god, no, the child! She's staring straight at those two naked pig people corpses jiggling and gyrating. Fuck, we just ruined Peppa Pig for her. Kid, get out of there! You don't want to see this. No, let the girl watch. So she can learn the way I learned from my father, and his father before him. God, she's watching it like a Saturday morning cartoon. Well, hey there, kids. Welcome to Corpse Tunes. We're having a necrotic rigor mortis orgy. Can you say orgy? Great! I wonder if this is why they call them stiffs. Oh man, I'm good. And don't forget humble. With the undead mung-fueled orgy finally ending, it was up to Potato Man to clean up the various fluids that remain. Godspeed, Potato Man. Godspeed. And it was a very sexual Casual Friday, so that's cool. Anyways, let's move on. Back to that wanderer who joined. She's 72 and has an artery blockage. Well, good news! That artery won't be a problem soon, and the child draws what they just witnessed. That'll be a memory to suppress. So anyway, that old lady. We'll just stand here and wait for her interview to be over, or we'll speed things up a tad. Perfect. With deep drilling research completed, we spent some time on employee development, training the child in all things corporate, like maintaining relationships and boosting morale. Must be where the Casual Fridays came from. Ooh. They don't need protection though, cause they're dead. But we sure do. So we're building the wall, finally. Then those smelly hippies show up and decide to raid us. Probably because we were building the violence circle, it calls to them. They are quite easily dispatched, and we get a future cook. Guess hippies are good for something. That something being their rotting corpses. Really makes you think. But we don't have enough budget for all these employees, so, Bob, Jessica might have to go. She is quite shit. Unlike this kid who's coming along well and is still making all of our drugs. While Nick relaxes in the tub. A good CEO kicks back and doesn't lift a finger, living lavish as the drones slave away. But before we swap out Jessica, we'll have her make some art for us. She's gotta provide something to the company. Then Richard Cheese collapses due to a lack of Red Bull intake. So we'll get the child on it. But almost as if a sign from American heaven. Deep chem rains from the sky. Almost as if a beacon called out to us screaming to drill for oil. So for our canon, this prompted Nick to begin diving into oil production. Just go with it, okay? It's thematic and it's fucking beautiful. Almost as beautiful as this art. The CEO's busting busty bust. I'll let you degenerates figure that one out. Unfortunately, it can't go in a bedroom, so the boardroom will have to do. I mean, it was made for the boardroom, but still. And with that, we now have a comms console. With it, we can even call up Communism. Tell them they suck. Or the Polish. Tell them they're not very sexy bitches. But with this, we're going international, bitch. Then I had a what the hell moment and accepted a Phytokin. She's weird. But we'll murder her in a minute. Right now, we gotta deal with some sexy bitches. Not so sexy anymore, are ya? Yeah, bitches. Okay, off with your clothes. Time to join our cacophony of cocky corpses. I know it's not very Christmas of me, but it's my pussy and I can do what I want. You can lambaste me when I finally go on Joe Rogan. Tell you all about the infinite amount of fucks I give. So while we wait for this bitch to freeze to death, we unlock Red Bull and can finally fuel up Richard Cheese. Get him back on those rotting little hooves he calls footies. Oh, and sell some drugs. For not much money. Hey, I never said I was a good drug dealer, but it's a start. And she's dead. To the cellar with you! Or the, cooler. The fridge. The cacophony. I don't really even know what that word means, but it's got the word cock in it, so god damn it, I'm in. Alright, kid, make me my drugs. And Richard got his wings just in time for this hiring event. You know, they say Red Bull gives you wings, but I've been drinking Red Bull for years and I haven't gotten any chicken. Thank you. I'll be here all week, folks. Oh, damn. We cut her head clean off. What are we, Hamas? But look at that. We got ourselves a 24/7 research department. Fuck off, Jessica. You're trash. Actually going back on ice. Sorry, Bob. I just have to do it. But you know what? Just for you, Bob, just because she's dead doesn't mean it's the end. I mean, she was already dead. Now she's kind of like double dead, but we can work with this. Also, it's time we got rid of these pigs. Their manipulation is almost as bad as Nick's. I mean, she does have weak hands, so she's not very good at double clicking the mouse, if you know what I'm saying. Probably why she chose to resurrect the dead and have, well, casual Fridays. Speaking of casual Fridays, there you go, Bob. Undead Jessica. Just for you. And yes, I put this in for a target audience of one single person. Worth it. What can I say? I'm a nice guy. I'm so nice, in fact, that I'm going to let Jessica attend her own funeral. Only in Rimworld. Also only in Rimworld will a child's gutworms be treated by a doctor named Dreadful Jizzy-Toe. Dr. Dreadful Jizzy-Toe. Ha ha! It's just so good. But enough nonsense. It's time to plan out the next expansion in industry. Well, it's a storage facility, but god damn it, we have a lot of overhead, so it's quite necessary. How else will we store all of our Zin? Thanks, Zin, for sponsoring today's video. Except they didn't. But god damn it is Zen fresh, Bubba. But anyway, now this old and busted warehouse can fuck right off to make room for yet another expansion. Things move quickly when your workforce doesn't ever stop. Is it OP? Well, yes, my dear boy. It is! This one will probably be the workshop. It's gonna slap fire, fam. Literally. Now we direly need Plasteel, so down goes the ground-penetrating scanner and some advanced deep drills. We'll be using third-dimensional thinking to achieve the attainment of Plasteel. First and most obvious, the deep drill. However, we need someone with 15 mining for it, which we just don't have. That's advanced deep drill, by the way. Second, penetrating the ground. If we find a local deposit, we can ram our rods into that plastussy and rip it right out. And third and foremost, oil, bitch. We've got product development like a motherfucker. I'm talking R&D, baby. R&D's nuts. So after a terrible board meeting, it's time for, yes, even more infrastructure. If we stop expanding, we'll die. Or at least be bought out by Lululemon. Think I'd rather die. Oh, bitch. This is it. My American senses are tingling. Look at all that fucking oil, Bubba. Damn! Little known fact, American women squirt oil upon climax. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And it's fucking awesome. So awesome, in fact, that it makes the child a little bit braver. Wow. And check out these fucking nerds. And check out this quest for our #1 boss mug. The perfect artifact for any true CEO. And just look at how we control nature. This is just a flex. I never actually used this damn thing, but I'll use the fuck out of this damn thing. On a minor note, we did a quick raid for some intel that I never actually used. So it's hardly worth mentioning, but we did get a new potential employee with 20 fucking crafting. Oh god, I love corpses. Wait, no, not like that. Well, not like Nick. Now, because no one can actually make drugs other than a 10-year-old child, I added another mod partway through that I'll mention now. It adds some factory machines that can make drugs for us. Wow, the process improvement, the intelligent management, the forward thinking, and dope-ass factory floors. Fucking business, Bubba. And like any good business, we need to standardize to show our strength and unity. Our life for the company. One team, one fight, accomplishing the mission. Except for this pig fucker, you're fired. Well, a pig man, not that he fucks pig. Well, anyway, you know what I mean. I need room for my secret weapon corpses in the fridge. Unmoving guardians of the cold. Stiff and hard frozen war sickles. Corpse sickles. Penis. So, standardization, which of course starts with a chem fuel power plant, baby. No, it doesn't. But it should. But isn't she something? And after a raid of adorable kitty cats, well, more like a massacre, Nick had a life-changing moment. From her bout with the flu, and became wanderlust. She's lusty in many ways now. Just like that Argonian maid, am I right? Ooh, that turn you on? Maybe if you're a German, you sick fuck. Oh, but check this out. Archon is super dope. We can give every single employee a 25% work bonus for 5 days. Now, if that doesn't tickle your jimmies, Bubba, I don't know what will. And that's 5 full days. No breaks here at Necrosoft. We work hard for you. The customer. But these stinky pooters aren't our customers. So we give him the good old-fashioned hostile takeover maneuver. Humongous. I wonder if he's related to huge ass. Oh right, standardization. It's important. So we finally begin setting up a strict uniform policy for our workforce. And what's more standard than more drugs? Nothing. With some factory research cracking on, we need Plasteel now more than ever. But this calls for a sales expo, which was so good the Discord mod sent us a trade caravan. But they sucked, just like real Discord mods. Standardization! Isn't he magnificent? So safe, so visible. So OSHA approved. Luxurious room upgrades are also pretty visible. Now that's extremely impressive. Probably all from that human leather bear rug, which probably isn't OSHA approved. I don't even know how that works, but god damn it, I'm not going to question it. Turns out I need mechanoid components for these factories, which we just don't have. So we have to continue to rely on child labor for our pharmaceutical production. It's alright, they have nimble fingers. They do a good job. It works for the Chinese, right? Enjoy your iPhone, you goddamn hypocrite. We then go out to crack on with our artifact quest. But right as the boys leave, they're ambushed. It's those fucking nerds again. It's just one cat, so, it goes pretty quick. What doesn't go quick is the hacking. Turns out reanimated corpses can't hack terminals. Who could have guessed that a mindless undead thrall would be incapable of advanced intellectual tasks? Not this guy. So we have to send the CEO herself to save the day. And we might as well kill the locals while we wait. There we go. And in no time at all, we're done. I plan out some future expansions for the company HQ and progress the research towards making our own Plasteel. But let's blitz through some stuff to shorten this video, shall we? Potato Man here digs to try and get 15 mining. The kid makes drugs. Our new chef looks fucking dope. See? Standardization, bubba. Skeletons and hard hats drilling for oil. We get another #1 boss mug quest, which ends up being convenient as fuck. The homeless try and stop us, but are no match for our corpse spirit security forces, who have been getting some armor upgrades, by the way. We finish the hack, murder more homeless, get visited by a vampire, kidnap a vampire, murder a pack of furry wet dreams, and then murder the vampire via public execution. Quickly have a board meeting to summon more space rocks, successfully summon a space rock in the form of an LTEX meteor, and drip out our new security forces. Don't they look sweet? Standardization, bubba. Thanks to our beautifully hideous CEO, we can now make synthread from chemfuel. That's one step closer to Plasteel, baby. But enough research talk for now. It's time to get closer to that #1 boss mug. We'll take Nick with us this time because she's the only person who can hack stuff. Well, I mean, the kid probably can, but we need her to make our drugs. By the way, I thought it'd be important to note that we share the same pipe for our baths as for our toilets. A German bathtub, anyone? Now that's a phrase that belongs on Urban Dictionary. Well, go on, you degenerate heathens. Go post German bathtub on Urban Dictionary. Try and make it as fucked, but on brand as possible. Do I have this kind of power? Well, I guess we'll find out. Please do it. God, that'd be so funny. Then post a link in my Discord. Whoever makes the best one, maybe I'll give you a German bathtub. But anyway, we're at the Ancient Mabobber, so let's get serious. The Cyberpunk 2069 rejects show up along with drop pods full of psychoid. I don't think we need any more psychoid. Ours is for sure higher quality, too. Things got a little spicy, but it's nothing our corpse spirit drones can't handle. By the time we took care of them and finished hacking the terminal, a stinky pooter showed up. But we got out of there unscathed. If you haven't figured out by now that we're fucking unstoppable, then I don't know what we're all doing here. We did manage to solve our short-term Plasteel needs with an orbital trader. We still gotta make our security forces standardized armor after all. And bam! Just like that, bubba. Standardization. To celebrate, we'll execute our vampiric prisoner. I mean, we'll give her a new hire interview. Totally different. An interview is controlled cruelty. We'll quickly jet out to another #1 boss mug quest. This one even comes with VIP shuttle escort service. It's basically a fly-in limo. Nothing but the bougiest for our CEO. So in we go and off we go. And now, here we go. This one kinda sucks because we had to bring 9 people. So we brought our chef and our child, of course. Nothing says dangerous mission like a chef and a child. It'd probably be more dangerous if it was a priest and a child. So we'll probably be fine. This time around, painkillers dropped in. But being the mighty pharmaceutical company of Necrosoft, we don't play with that generic shit, bubba. This sleeping mechanoid might though. Homie's turned. Or faded. Or both. Can you give him mechanoid drugs? If not, someone should make that a mod. A Scyther high as fuck on Red Bull? Now, wouldn't that be something? After another successful hackin', we sneak past a fluffy gorillo and exfil the fuck up out this bitch. Soon, bubba. Soon we'll be drinking stale day-old coffee like a boss should. And now finally we get the autoclave research. That's the Plasteel right there, babe. In the meantime, we upgrade our infrastructure some more. You can never have enough infrastructure. We're building back better. Except we're actually doing it this time. More than I can say for some, m'lady. Oh, W. Oh, bod. Really living up to your namesake, aren't ya? There you go, bod. That's better. Go play with your crayons. Go on. Oh, it's crazy to think we've been here for 99 days already, which is a number close to my heart. Huh, camo nut hugger boy. Enjoy that wild turkey, do ya? Ha! There's another joke no one will understand except for one person. Well, maybe two. We've come a long way, I think. No doubt thanks to our 24/7 no-break having corporate thralls. I mean, thanks to the leadership of our God Emperor CEO, Necromancer, and another Manhunter pack. You know, I swear we've had nothing but animal attacks. Nature really must be pissed. Or our storyteller kind of sucks. I haven't even shown you guys every single animal attack we've had either. Okay, into the kill circle. It's not a kill box. Those are for pussies. We get the autoclave done and find Plasteel by roughly and forcefully penetrating the ground with our massive scanner. I think it's time for a new factory installment. My American cock is tingling. Turning oil into ultra-hard manufacturing material that can create ultimate weapons of war. Oh, fuck. It's just so fucking good. Oh no, we dug too deep. Damn my hubris. Hey, get out of there. Boys, get 'em, boys. Nice. We'll do a little low-risk monument quest. Erect it like a married man's cock and then forget about it like a married man's wife. Boom, Plasteel research, bitch. 2 out of 3 of our process improvement concepts have come to fruition. Soon we'll be drowning in plastussy. I don't know why, but I really love adding ussy onto words. It just tickles me right in my stussy. Before the new factory, though, I'm going to finally build a hospital. We haven't really needed one, seeing as how our colony is mostly immortal, unkillable animated corpses. But it's about time. And Potato Man is being hunted by a mega wolverine. See what I mean about these fucking animals, bro? But Potato Man is kinda badass by this point and can solo the big bastard. Mega Potato, now get back to fucking work, you expendable ingrate. Yeah, so here I changed things up away from Randy's animal furry loving ass and swap over to Cassandra Classic. I mean, enough is enough. Give me some hiring potential, damn it. So anyway, while we wait and see what Cassandra's sexy ass sends our way, we finish up the hospital we don't really need and can begin work on the next factory. But a bunch of pigs drop right into our HQ perimeter. It's still technically an animal, but it's like a manimal, so that's at least a little better. I'm not going to hire any more fucking pigs, but we can take their juicy pork bits all the same. And so much for going green. Goddamn bacon back bitches. And wow, that new hospital is already paying off, huh? There you go, Bob. Don't worry, I'll take good care of undead Jessica. See, she's smiling. Wow, I'm amazing. You're welcome for my service. And it's time for the child to prove herself. 1v1 a wild and feral rat. Come on, child. Well, she doesn't really get anything done here, even with her fucking 13 shooting. Maybe a hunting rifle is just a little bit too much power for that little lady to handle. On a happier note, there it is. Our first syntholine from our new factory. With this and even more chem fuel, we can build our own Plasteel, bitch. What a time to be alive. Well, most of them aren't alive, but you know what I mean. Oh, just look at them go. Uncured Plasteel. Right into the autoclave for curing. We'll return to the amazing manufacturing of Plasteel after a word from the Crips. I mean, a raid from the Crips. Actually, old Papa here used to be a Crip. I'm hard as fuck, cuz. That's right, my nip. It's okay, I've been drinking G-Sups. I can say that. We quickly show the neighborhood Crips that Necrosoft runs this block, and then a random bunny gets drunk on their sippies. I mean, I've heard of hair of the dog, but this is ridiculous. And now back to your regularly scheduled Plasteel. Wow, there it is. You fucking go, Potato Man. It's a whole new world now, boys. My pre-cum is literally soaking through my jeans right now. And my chonies. That's 2 layers of thick, heavy-duty cloth. You know how much pre-cum it takes to soak through 2 rigid high thread count layers, brah? A lot. And Hannibal Lictia became an adult. And is now a prude. Yeah, that's probably for the best, though. We can't have her attending casual Fridays at 13. Now I just need to make her a high-powered CEO suit and she'll be ready to join the workforce as upper management. Oh, and the bunny is now blackout drunk. Nice. Personal limo, anyone? We'll use it now to attack a communist stronghold. Look at our security forces go. Like fucking Black Ops, bro. With this quest, we get the mechanoid components we need to automate our drug production. And we get to stick it to those communist bastards, which is truly the real prize here. Fuck communism. Hannibal is now old enough and properly fitted with CEO-type drip to become our new beheader of sales. A title befitting our little mongrel. Bam! Promotion. And I made a mistake of putting our pharmaceutical technology in this building. Seeing as how we bridged over a bunch of water to make it. You can't place these machines on anything but factory floors, and factory floors can't go on bridges. So you see my quandary. It'll do for now, but it won't live here long. The smelly hippies show up, probably drawn in by our fabulous circle of violence, and with them is a potential new employee with 15 mining. And yes, That's enough to run the deep drill for Plasteel. Good thing Nick here can be very persuasive when desiring a new employee. They enter my hippie murder circle and get drilled from both sides. Oh, and I finalized the standard uniforms for our people, which I really quite like, especially our blue collar force. They look badass. OSHA approved, unlike our hiring practices. But now with our newest employee, they will be drilling for Plasteel forever. Now at this point, we have the basics of what a global corporate powerhouse needs. It's time to become hostile, militarized, military-industrial complexitize even. But while we make new weapons and armor, my boss called and said we can get promoted if we watch after their pet kangaroo for a while. A dangerous kangaroo. Okay, it's not really dangerous, I just like saying that. And did I just call him my boss? Nick is the boss, remember that. But hey, I'll take an increase in our franchise's notoriety, so bring on the dangerous kangaroo. Yes, I watch Bluey. We'll just keep it in the hospital and forget about it. Automated pharmaceutical manufacturing. If that doesn't get your cock throbbing, boy, I don't know what will. It's dreadfully slow though, but it is constant. I mean, the child made faster drugs. And then the random drunk bunny returns to eat my cock flowers. Get that bunny. No one puts my cock in their mouth. Wait, can I take that back? Okay, well, the bunny is dead. Fix that dick, damn it. So now, we continue on the war path and queue up new charged weaponry. I also moved the drug production to the new warehouse with its stable floors. Ooh, look at how stable that is. Last thing I want is for my drugs to fall into the water. Drugs and water just don't mix. Well, unless of course you're a junkie and you're melting them down to inject into yourself. But what you do with my quality products isn't any of my concern. I only care about profits. Human life be damned. See, I make a pretty good CEO. As a reward for being such a good CEO, we'll give Nick a joy wire. I didn't realize at the time that joy wires reduce consciousness by 20%, but honestly, I think that's pretty fitting for a megacorp CEO. High mood and low brain function. We couldn't be more on brand. It's like getting herpes from e-girl bathwater. It's fucking worth it. Now, watch this battle between a random faction and the Crips. Wow, so many grenades. And the Crips get their shit pushed in. Shameful. And you call yourselves Crips. Back in my day, we'd have rode on they asses, cuz. Fucking millennial Crips, am I right? They must have forgot how to hold their gats sideways. That's the kill shot, bubba. I should mention that this whole time Nick and Hannibal have basically been eating nothing but human flesh. Kangaroos, even dangerous ones, do not feast upon human flesh. So it's starving. I expanded out its area so it can leave the hospital and forage. There you go, little buddy. Put my dick in your mouth. There, that's better. Good boy. Isn't that nice, little buddy? Yeah, that's nice. Our weapon production was booming, and Nick's Archon powers were growing. Then Tyrell renamed his weapon to Jalapeno's Mother. Yeah, not a name I'd have chosen, but hey, to each their own. And since Nick is our psychic CEO, Hannibal needs a shtick too. So let's slap an array on her face and go destroy an ancient machine, shall we? Okay, first rule of business. Never do yourself what you can delegate to others. There we go, that's better. Oh shit. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine, we're fine. So now we can decrypt this shit. Clap some mechanoid cheeks, delegate a skull removal, and jam unknown space tools into our brains. With that, Hannibal can now control machines. Machines who decided to drop pod in through the hospital roof. I might have to put that fucker in the fridge. Another raid turns up. I think the swap from Randy to Cassandra was a good move. Of course the raiders get clapped, but I didn't notice Hugh Janus was stuck outside. She handled her own though. Respect. I mean, if you're gonna expand your anus like that, you'd better know how to handle yourself. Quickly, this was followed up by Peppa Pig riding a pig. The only thing of significance was they beat up my lifter bot. I guess that's karma for destroying my hospital roof, you little shit. So anyway, let's have a sales expo. It was so good that 3 traders showed up to hawk their goodies. We managed to trade with 2 of them, but for some reason the 3rd left early. Hannibal was too slow to catch them, or maybe I should say too stoned to catch them. Yeah, that one. And just like our first innovation, we reach our peak, the highest level of corporate power. A golden throne, fit for the cheeks of the #1 boss. A golden pooper. Just like a turd when you flush, it comes full circle, swirling towards elegance. Always swirling as a good turd should. That turd also basically contains nothing but human flesh, so that's pretty corporate. What else is pretty corporate is the new office space being constructed. Fit for our #1 boss. A gorgeous space with no outside light. There is no hope in the corporate world. Give your life to the company. But I digress. Weapons, good. Crafting, good. Let's get some robot helper infrastructure set up. Basic mech tech is done and we can get these boys some juice. And now we can make even more mindless drones to work for us 24/7. Oh, it's beautiful. Not as beautiful as this golden bathroom though. And of course, this whole time we've been keeping our security forces slamming Red Bull and cocaine. It ramps up their aggressiveness to keep the hippies out. I mean, it's quality assurance testing. Yeah. That. And if they stop feeding their addictions, they'll die. Again. And I don't know what it is with everyone in Jalapeno, but they're all naming their weapons after him. We now have Jalapeno's jackal and Jalapeno's brother. Well, whatever. Popular guy. Oh god, run Tyrell, run! The raiders are coming, and we emancipate them from their lives, with no one worth interviewing. Shame. What's not a shame, though, is how our company's wealth has been increasing. These profits will please the board for sure. Beautiful. All thanks to oil and drugs, and the crippling addictions we feed. Oh, and check this out. A masterwork anti-material rifle with 70 damage. I'd name this after Jalapeno too. And check out our now militarized CEO. That just screams power. And we finished the monument in Dangerous Kangaroo Quest, getting Nick the position of supervisor. And I finally figure out that the little button to get the permits from our franchise, so that's pretty dope. We call in our salary of 250 silver. This pittance is insulting for a CEO of her caliber. Fucking franchises, am I right? That's almost as much shit as this. Yep. And now the last quest for our #1 boss mug. We land in the center because big dick energy reasons. If history has taught us anything, it's that money-grubbing corporations excel at displacing indigenous peoples, and this time is no exception. The tribals are obviously no match for us, and we quickly make our exfil. It's not personal, but it is profitable. One more, baby, one more. A little R&R and we're ready. Time to ascend the heights of the corporate ladder. We land directly on a local moose. Try and shoot a sleeping mechanoid, but again, hit nothing but a local moose. Sorry, Mies. So I turned off fire at will so we could sneak in unnoticed. And there it is, the fabled #1 boss mug. We get ready for the fight and Nick begins the extraction. If you're wondering why no one is shooting, well, it's because I forgot to turn back on fire at will. Oopsies. I was just so blinded by the #1 boss mug's magnificence I couldn't think straight. Not killing the ones outside was even more crooked thinking. They attacked my goddamn limo, but we scratched it out and got the #1 boss mug to its rightful home. Who's just a supervisor now, bitch? Let's call up Communism and tell them they're punk-ass trifling bitches. Well, just pretend, okay? I forgot to add that mod in this pack. But maybe we'll just go pay Communism a visit. Cram the girthy cock of capitalism down their tight little throats and teach them another lesson.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Now, unfortunately, W. Bush, who's been with us from the start, isn't the best. Yes, he's in a war casket and wields a mighty cloud-strife sword, but I'm sorry. After your latest progress review, we've decided to let you go. One day we'll reconsider and you can continue on the good work you've done for us. Nah, I'm fucking with you. You're fired. If you can't work, then you can't work here. We offer no healthcare. We only offer profits to our corporate overlord. You peasants are expendable. Never forget it. Injured today, replaced tomorrow. You cretins are but a number to management. So enjoy your retirement. Oh, but we do give a severance. Sever your head from your shoulders, that is. And with our corporate wizard shit, we hire the new guy, who's much better at combat. We then continue increasing our military industrial applications and promote the most popular employee, Jalapeno, to the inhumane resource specialist. Dude, these puns are so fucking good right now. Yeah, they're good. It's now been 145 days since we founded Necrosoft. And since Nick is militarized out, we'll pick up this Phoenix armor for Hannibal. It matches her murderous ambition, and we'll research some skin-hardening agents to further improve our invincibility. And just look at this. Jalapeno's mother, Jalapeno's mother, Jalapeno's jackal, Jalapeno's brother. Oh, Tyrell Williams' brother. I'm sensing a theme here. But here we go. The final rose of the cockflowers. How symbolic. As it wilts, so too shall communism wilt. Just like a cock rose. And Tyrell Williams' buddy. Jesus Christ, what's going on around here? I'll tell you what's going on around here. The beginning of true corporate profit capabilities. The mightiest of all production. But first, let's install skin implants to boost our security forces' fighting capabilities. Communism may be weak in mind, but they are strong. They may be even better at brainwashing than Nick here. It's rather frightening. As frightening as the third Jalapeno's mother. What the fuck? And now Jalapeno's violator. Alright, do they like him or hate him? I'm just so confused. And now, our final surgery. Performed on our doctor by none other than Potato Man. With a 70% success chance, he'd better not fuck this up. And Potato Man has done it. He really is quite a badass in his own right, even for a blue-collar scumbag. So because we are soon to take our entire force out to defeat communism, the hippie circle of cruelty is improved. You can't be too safe with company proprietary information. The same information we will now develop in our new office building. Oh, the profits we will have. Soon, my beloved. Soon. And since our limos can only carry 4, we of course need to increase the size of our company's fleet. Thank you, Potato Man. And almost as if a sign from the mighty Elon Musk himself, a quest for the venerated deal breaker.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
And this one has 84 fucking damage.
Now that's a lot of damage!
And now, finally, The profits you've all been waiting for. Paperwork. The most corporate thing of all. Oh God, look at them go. They love doing mindless menial paperwork, filled out only to be quickly shredded and stashed away. Oh fuck. I think I'm gonna come. Just don't come on that paperwork. Can't have the pages sticking together. And you don't want any paper cuts. Oh God, wouldn't that suck? And what's an office without motivational posters? Here we have the emotional stability of Jalapeno, as Jalapeno wipes sweat from her brow. Hundreds of terrorists are carefully arranged. Now that's good, but this one's better. The origins of Nick, closing her eyes with a tranquil smile. A group of dragons are awestruck. A careful arrangement of 8 cowboys. The erotic style clashes with the depiction of the background. God damn, am I motivated. And just as things were going so good, an infestation in our fucking office. Probably because fucking Janice didn't clean up the crumbs from her pumpkin bread, but no matter. Luckily, we've been preparing for war with communism. These bugs stand no chance against my mindless thralls and blue-collar boys. They did about as much damage as any casual Friday. And don't worry, boys, the paperwork was unharmed. But the room was left covered in slime, the bug blood of a mega spider, and dirt, just like any casual Friday. So here we go, boys. The military-industrial complex is ready to bring the light of capitalism to the autistic evil of communism. What a sight to behold. Your life for the company. Now then, should we land in the center? It would be a huge flex. Nah, I should land at the edge. Or the center. Nah, we'll be smart. We'll do the edge. Then again, the center. Okay, no, the edge. Center? Yeah, I did the edge. I'm retarded, not retarded. And just look at how sorry a state the HQ of communism is. Almost like it's a poor and idiotic ideology. Weird. The battle lines are drawn. Tyrell moves in with Jalapeno's mother to bait the commies out. Here they come. And wow, are there a lot of them. Like fucking commie rats. Wait, never mind. I don't want to insult rats like that. We begin exchanging fire. Our blue-collar fighters on the vanguard have their cover destroyed and need to pull back. Communism's fire is relentless, but it's no match for the mighty corporate power of capitalism. A shrapnel strike rains down upon them. A Militor squad rams them from the rear. Does that make them sex toys? I mean, a machine entering your rear? Who knew? Militors are anal vibrators. The more you know. We end up being victorious over the evil communism, but it came at a price. We lost 3 of our blue-collar boys. All that remained was undead Jessica. See, Bob? I took care of her. We finish off the survivors and Jessica crams a dude in her pocket. At least I assume it's her pocket. Sorry, Bob. But anyway, let's get home. You've all done enough, and the world is finally safe from communism. Sure, it came at the cost of many lives, leaving a trail of corpses, brought upon by the hands of many corpses too, in fact. Corpses created by the taking of many lives. But maybe the real corpses were the friends we made along the way, because they're all dead. Like they're actual corpses. And with that, Nick takes another bath, making that necro girl bathwater. Who wants a pint, huh? Yeah, I watched and recorded her doing this a lot. What? It's my world and I'll do what I goddamn want. It's not weird, you're weird. And now that I have you distracted looking at this sexily hideous necro girl, throw a like on the video. Let's show the YouTube commies who the real CEOs are. But I'll stop there. I don't want to break the YouTube terms of service. So how about another orgy instead? I mean, casual Friday, of course. Wow, just look at them flock to it. They're so excited. I'm getting a little rigor mortis just watching it myself. And the prude Hannibal can't be bothered. She probably thinks it unbecoming of a CEO to be gang-fucked by their corpse-ridden workforce. Fucking prude. And it was awkward. Ah well. So there was a lot going on with this video. We dove into the industries of pharmaceuticals, the military-industrial complex, oil, I mean, I am American, and the highly lucrative world of never-ending mindless paperwork. We spent 153 days building up this corporation. From a ruined building in the woods to the smooth and shiny beacon of industry it has now become. The most beautiful industry you've ever seen. The goddamn most American industry you've ever seen. Brother, it's the fucking oil. Just look at how smooth everything is. Almost as smooth as my balls. Thanks to today's sponsor, Manscaped. Okay, I'm done. Maybe this is where the story ends. With Nick being the #1 boss and Hannibal being a quiet side piece. Not really doing much. Or maybe, just maybe, Hannibal's secret ambitions grow. Her hate of Nick blossoms into a fiery rage. Maybe she wants to be the #1 boss. Maybe she thinks Nick is a shit CEO. The prude Hannibal is disgusted by the casual Fridays and the untold lavish luxuries enjoyed by Nick, who just sits on her Plasteel throne surrounded by wealth all day. Maybe Hannibal plots against her. to see herself one day become the #1 boss. Maybe it's time to break the deal. Only time will tell, my friends. Only time will tell. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A special thanks to the members of the Cheesemonger Society, whose balls I wish to someday make smooth with the help of Manscaped. I'll catch you cats on the flippity flop, and as always, I love you, bye.